This is part 2 of my encounter with Jason from the Global Eye Tour in Oslo in December last year. As I said in the previous video, this will be a little more choppy because it's from a third-person camera. And I also have some clips from their update later that night. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
What is he going to do, an experiment or something?
I don't know what this guy's got. Freedom of speech, I guess you can do what he wants. He's obviously
What, is he going to do, a curvature experiment?
No, I'm not going to do an experiment. However, I'm going to show Jason a whole lot of stuff that I think you haven't seen before.
He's talking to a Simon Dan fan. He brought a Simon Dan banner. And he's setting up a camera, so God knows what's going on here.
As your friend said, it's freedom of speech, so I'm going to use it to show just how wrong you are.
He's filming this. You can go to swim.
Yeah.
You get a nice conversation.
Yeah, but this is so hilarious, I can't miss it.
Oh, yes, it's hilarious. How anyone with the technology we have available today still don't believe we live on a globe. You don't know what shape it is, but you know what it's not. Yes, I find that hilarious.
Well, everybody in the chat is saying that Jason's wasting his time.
Yeah, he's wasting his time, of course. Yeah, they want some.
I had a look afterwards, and just about everyone in the chats wanted me to go away or Jason to ignore me, because they just don't want to hear anything other than their own parroting in their own echo chambers.
Live stream simultaneously.
So as you see, we have a representative of Simon Dan's motley group, and I'm keeping my distance for a reason, because really, in a way, I feel sorry for him. I really do.
You feel sorry for me? Why? Because I believe the Earth is a globe, or because you don't think I could handle myself for Jason?
But anyway, there we go. And I don't want to get embroiled in a...
Well, everybody's here has said that he's wasting his time.
I'm not going to bother with him because it's just silly. It's just in fact, it's embarrassing. You know, he comes up, holds a sheet of paper in our face saying Simon Dan and all that. Well, what is that all about? You know what I mean? Get a life, seriously. Do something productive or don't do anything at all. Seriously, really, honestly.
Oh, they're so cute. Bitching and whining about everything. And please, Jason, if you see this, have a look at my channel. Just about every single video I got, with very few exceptions, is my own material from the bottom up. I do everything myself. I'm productive. Oh, I just love this pose. He really didn't know what to expect.
Jimmy says, tell Jason he has a phone call and stop wasting his time.
Oh yeah, he knows that himself, but I'm not going to butt in on the conversation. I personally wouldn't waste any time on that guy, but... If we all ignored him, that would make him look even more of a plank. I think that would be the better move, but...
Why don't you enjoy a good discussion? I don't get it. It seems like everyone wants me to go away. Wow.
I tell you something, maybe you don't know it. All right. The fucking house here in Norway, they call 3 months. 3 months. Yeah.
This is where we're talking about satellites, on how they don't melt because it's so damn hot up there. But I didn't burn my hand at all. That just stung it a little bit. It didn't leave a mark. So I guess it's something to do with heat dispersion and just how many particles that's hitting that hand or that satellite.
Yeah, well, he's been asked if he wants to join Nathan Oakley's channel. Apparently he doesn't.
So they asked me why I didn't want to go to Nathan Oakley's channel. Well, I just have to give a fair warning. The next 5 minutes will be painful. The first video I just stole from Globe agent Ron Burgundy's channel. The link will be in the description. be prepared.
Maths that goes along with it.
Nathan, question. You ready? How do you convert meters into kilometers?
I don't know. How do you convert meters into kilometers?
What's the correct way?
You tell me.
The correct way is divide meters by 1,000. You didn't do that.
So if you have a meter and I divide that meter by 1,000, you don't think that would give you millimeters?
Meters into kilometers, Nathan.
You just said
That's
you
what I'm
divide
talking about.
meters by 1,000 to get kilometers. So you're saying I divide something that is 1 meter long by 1,000, and that will come out to a kilometer value.
Nathan,
it sounds
let's keep
like
on-
it
let's keep
sounds
on track.
like you
Let's
are
keep on
quite
track.
literally retarded
Let's
with that
keep on
statement.
track.
You do not divide
Let's keep
meters
on track.
to come out with kilometers.
Why?
Me convirtió la...
Why did Chris Monk multiply meters by 10,000 when he should have divided them by 1,000?
Sorry, did you just do it again? Did you just say that you divide a number that is in meters to come up with a value in kilometers? Is that what you are now asserting for a second
correct.
time?
Why? Why did Chris Monk multiply meters by 10,000 when he should have divided by 1,000?
Why would you divide a value that is given in meters to come up with something larger, i.e. kilo, meaning
Because, Nathan,
thousandth?
because course, the thing you don't understand is that it's a ratio. Did you do maths at school?
Yeah, I'll ask you a third time. Why would you divide a meter value when trying to come up with a larger value? Dividing something makes it smaller.
Oh dear. There's no
Oh
hope
dear.
for you.
Sorry, what do you mean, oh dear? That's not an answer. Why would you divide something to make it bigger?
I've already explained. Are you
No,
not
you
listening?
haven't. Oh, I'm still yet to get an answer. We have a value in meters. You're saying I divide that value to make it larger into kilometers, a larger number.
It depends on the value, Nathan. If it's less than 1, if you divide a number that would be less than 1, like 0.6, that will give you an increase.
Oh, why'd you give him the answer? I was hoping that Alan would eventually get there or not get there, as the case may be.
I'm already there. I'm just
never
letting
gonna get-
Why didn't you say it then, Alan?
dig a rather large hole. Perhaps you could dig a large hole,
Never gonna get there.
divide that by 1,000 and then jump in.
Right, the question that you're asking, Alan, is aimed at...
The people that go on the flat earth debates, the majority of them, unfortunately, they really don't know what they're talking about.
How's the humble pie, Nathan?
Yeah, it's good.
It's a great day to be a flat earther.
Why aren't you conceding you don't know what apparent means? You've just juxtaposed geometric with apparent. You complete retard.
That's equivocating, Brenda.
Yeah, so you're guilty of the thing you've claimed we're guilty of, Brenda. You stupid dick. How dare you? You're not only a liar, because you came here last time and lied about your total independence of anybody else, having cited Hillbilly Blue Balls the redneck retard only moments earlier. You're a liar, and now you're guilty of claiming we're guilty of the thing you've done. Equivocate.
I have not equivocated.
Yes, you have, you stupid shit for brains. You've used one word that has got two meanings in your mind. Non-physical, you've used the word apparent incorrectly. So you're equivocating. You're just too stupid to understand. Why do we even talk to these retards? They don't know the words they're using, literally. They have no idea what they're saying. Yeah, they'll come here and tell us we're equivocating. My God. The arrogance and disgusting nature of these people is getting too much to bear.
Okay, then we can multiple models then.
No. Adding more doesn't make it any less of a dichotomy. We don't need...
Yes, it does.
Oh, right,
It's not a
bye-bye,
dichotomy.
asshole.
You're an idiot.
I was
You
in the
are
middle of a
utter
sentence,
moron,
asshole.
Nathan. You're an utter...
Right, you're
you
just
can't
pissing me
explain
off.
you're a moron.
Get out. You're just raising my blood pressure unnecessary. You're only here to obfuscate. Sod off. I run the show. If you can't stop talking while I'm talking, you can get out.
No one in their right mind goes to Nathan Oakley's channel. He is screaming, shouting, muting, kicking people all over. and is more about discussing semantics and words than actual proof of the shape of the Earth. So no, I'm not going to Nathan Oakley's channel.
Geologist, what's that called? Isn't that the study of pressure and time? Geology? Anyway, what do I know?
Apparently not much. Geologists are dealing with, amongst other stuff, seismic waves. Like this image shows that perfectly explains how this works on a globe Earth. On a flat Earth, not so much. That was the end of our discussion, so I shook his hand, said thank you and goodbye.
Absolutely awesome. Yeah. Well, I met a Simon Dan troll.
Oh, right.
Well, that was my first one. Never met one before. But he's look, I'm going to give the guy, what's it, Ferdu. He says he's got some evidence there. That's his name there.
You want some?
Yeah, to have a look.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that's his name there. It was Tommy Gronfold, and he's got some evidence there that he says that, ships, he shows some evidence of some curvature in that. I said, well, I want to see the raw images of that. Yeah. I believe that...
As I said in the pinned comment in the last video, I emailed Jason those raw files from that last observation, along with the JPEGs with the setup and stuff, so he got everything.
I feel like a Henry. I got accosted by a Simon Dan fan.
Oh, you got it.
No, we had a good chat. Sometimes,
I think so too, yeah.
Sometimes he was scoring points and that, and I know it can seem like I am scoring points back, and I think, I don't want to do this. So I tried to step out of that scoring points and say, look, we just listen to each other sometimes, but it has to go two ways.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be here.
Yeah, I try. That's right. Well, he wanted me to agree with something on his laptop that he said, look, no, I'm not disagreeing with it. Just put it on the back burner. I'll put it on the back burner and I'll look into it later. But not here on the street.
You're not here.
Yeah, I can't do a debate here on the street like that. That's ridiculous. Not
you
in
are
this
losing
weather.
time. Yeah.
You need to sit down on the table and then explain it to me again.
But then again, back to your first question about trying to score points on me, about how the pressurized system can be next to a vacuum. You demanded me to answer you pretty quick when I say gravity. That's something I should have prepared and have ready for you there and then.
So what was his point then?
Yeah, he said
He has some pictures of
he's got a
curve, I
photograph
don't know
and
what.
he shows the curvature.
Right, okay.
Okay, so the problem with that is, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he says that there is no curvature when you're 120,000 feet up. Okay, but this guy here, he's got a plank of wood and he shows a massive curvature. If that was correct, we would say that the circumference of the Earth must be about 4,000 or 5,000 miles.
Yeah.
The last time I explained this, I showed you how I did it in Windows Paint. This time I have a more analog approach. I have a straight line and a curved line. And when I do this, squeeze me. The straight line is still straight, but the curved line is more obvious. So there's no magic involved, just me squeezing. This is also exactly what happens in Soundless Lake Pontchartrain video. This is zoom compression. You see that curve is a hell of a lot more straight up and down than it is here. So there's really nothing to it, just some squeezing. Now, before I play this next clip, please pay attention to a voice, a distinct voice that's coming into the microphone after a couple of seconds. His face will not be on frame for a few more seconds, but please pay attention to this voice. He seems to be one of the less lucky people in this community, but he still makes a whole lot more sense than the rest of these people. The guy in a blue jacket with the long hair seems like a Norwegian flat earther. And hopefully there's not many of those people around here.
So maybe that's the reason we say that.
Would you like one?
There
you go.
Flat Earth? No, I think you are done.
I think we think you are done. Because it is flat, you know.
Where's the end of the universe?
The first reaction of the program is a laugh.
We don't know where the edge is. You know, I don't know.
The world is not going anywhere.
I think det er Sydpolen.
Jeg vet at ikke det er...
Ja, du har ikke det. Men det er Sydpolen, så den går rundt. Det er enden. Sydpolen som man kaller det, den er rundt hele jorda.
So this guy in the blue jacket is trying to explain to the other guy just how this is supposed to work, and he just shakes his hand and goes away. Probably the smartest thing anyone has done in this clip so far.
So today's activism, it was again, yeah, nothing hard about it. It's I had my first. No, see, I don't even want to call him a troll. You know, like he came, although he did come here purposefully to troll us with his Simon Dan antics. You know, like, so on that side of it, yes, okay, he's definitely a troll. But after we got Simon Dan more on out the way, you know, like Mr. Script Man, after we got him out the way, then, you know, like he showed me a few what he thinks is evidence, but
what I think is evidence, well, actually I think it's pretty good evidence for Earth that's not flat.
You know, like it's something that needs to be it does need to be looked at. He's claiming he's got evidence of curvature, so it's not for us to just deny it and dismiss it, you know, hand wave dismissal. We shouldn't be about that. You know, like that needs to be looked at.
I really hope you do, Jason. You have everything you need, and if you need more, let me know and I'll send it. I have your email.
I already think that he'd already given us the answer. He admitted that he used a wide-angle lens, and therefore that the camera had distortion. And if it had distortion, then, you know, like anything that was close, being the plank of wood that was used, then that was going to be still straight. But anything perspective-wise in the distance, then that was what was going to be distorted, because that was that's perspective, isn't it? You know, like we're talking about something that's worth 2 meters here, and something that is a mile wide in distance, and you know, like, so it's the distortion of the camera. He admitted that.
Yes, I admitted it was distortion in the lens. There's no excuse from that. And again, that's why I had this board, and the board is still straight. And no, there is no perspective that allows the background to be more distorted than the foreground. The light hits the lens in straight lines, so no.
But it still needs looking at, so I think that needs passing on to Flat Earth Debate, Anthony Riley and Russet Ranty Flat Earth, and get you guys looking into that. I think that should be debated more, and not just a hand wave dismissal, because I don't like that. If someone claims that they've got evidence, it shouldn't be just ignored. Or we're not truthers, are we?
No, absolutely.
You know.
But still, there's just parroting and echo chamber and denying, dodging, dismissing everything. Why are anyone still flat earthers with all the technology and all the proofs and all the evidence that is around today? I just don't get it.
So anyway, so apart from that, he was kind of respectful in some places, and then
he used to look. You mean the Simon Dan guy? Yeah, I tried to ignore him because I didn't want to trigger myself. That's why. That's why I saw him. I was well aware he was there.
So once again, this just shows that you are stuck in your own world. You have confirmation bias and would only believe in stuff that supports your own claim. You're not ready for any debates or discussions or anything. You get triggered when somebody tries to show you wrong. That's not a good attitude. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I haven't got a problem. I think we shouldn't run away from these people.
You were talking to him.
I was talking to him.
So
it didn't need all of us talking to him.
Anyway.
That's right. Yeah. You know, only one person. No, it was okay. He's fairly respectful in that, and I would give him 10 times more credibility for talking to us than Simon Dan, who just wants to be a Simon Dan script man.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's all put into insignificance compared with all the good interaction we had.
So move him aside. Yeah, no, that some great interactions with everybody else and fantastic.
This is where I have a problem again, because beside me you have only good and great encounters. So you're not ready to have a discussion or debate about what you're believing in. You're not willing to listen to anyone who have something else to say than the Earth is flat. You only want people who agree with you, gullible people who are listening to your parroting and your echo chamber. That's not the way this works.
Oh, there you go. There's Tommy Grenfell. He was the guy who come out and the Simon Dan fan. Again, was it Tommy? Yeah, thanks for coming out and that. And drop the Simon Dan crap. It really is. It doesn't suit you. Honestly, I mean, like, your credibility is 10 times better than Simon Dan's. He really is just he's trolling all of you. He really is. You know, like, you think he's for you, he's not. Well, when someone will only hide behind a script, and you're out there, you're doing your own observations and that. I will look into your observations. I really will. But yeah, you've got 10 times better credibility than him. You need to drop the idiot. You don't need him. That's my view on that. And yeah, I still think it's lens distortion. So there you go.
And again, no. There is lens distortion, but that's why I have the board there, to show that the board is still straight. It's in the center of the frame to avoid any kind of distortions. And there is no law of perspective that allows anything in the background to be more distorted than the foreground. For those of you who have been subscribing to me for a while and seen a lot of my videos, you've probably seen some things missing. So, to Jason, if you see this, I hope you do, I left the best for last. This is something I showed Jason earlier on, so let's see if he have any answers to this. If the Earth was flat, how far away do I have to move that turbine for it to be below my eye level? There is no law of perspective that allows that to happen, because everything goes into the vanishing point. So here is my setup, about 70 feet over the sea, over the ocean. Here is the water level, where I have placed that black line over the water. So my point of reference is at the white part of that lighthouse. If I zoom in a bit here, you can still see there are something in the background here. Those are wind turbines. And the turbines are about 1,000 feet or 300 meters above sea level on the top. They're standing in Sweden, 75 kilometers away from me. And they're on the top of a hill that's about 100 to 200 meters high. And the turbines are 200 meters high. So how can this happen on a flat Earth? And there's no reflection or distortions or anything here. Those turbines are still pretty much undisturbed. So again, for Jason or anyone else, please explain how this can happen on a flat Earth. During that update chat they had in the caravan, they said they was going to Sweden. And between here and Sweden, there's a lot of forest and a lot of wild animals. So I thought I would be the respectful one and just warn them about that.
Tommy says, watch out for the moose.
Yeah, the moose. Oh, yeah, that would be.
There's a lot of moose around the parts. All right, we will certainly look out for that. That'll be interesting. We'll have to live stream if we see a moose.
Any natural phenomena such as a moose will be streamed live.
Yeah, that just about sums it up. The chat I had with Jason in Oslo was about 45 minutes, and we talked about a whole lot of stuff. Probably also something I forgot in these two follow-up videos. But we had a great discussion, and he's a respectful guy. So Jason, if you see this, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. I sent you those raw files I told you, however a bit late. Sorry about that one. If you need anything else, please let me know and I'll send it. But it seems there was some mixed feelings about having anyone challenging you. Both you and the other guy there was not very happy that I was there. And most of the people in the chat was either trying to get rid of me or wanted you to boot me. So there's a whole lot of parroting and echo chamber around. I would really hope that some of you would take a look at what's on the other side. So again, thank you Jason for your time. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who's watching. See you next time. Bye bye. Oh, and watch Sam and Dan.